You see, after you have spent about 12 to 14 years watching Avengers and Iron Man and Captain America and all these things, and then you hear of a series titled Hawkeye, the question is, what in the world will make you want to watch that series? Simple question. And naturally, you would want to watch that series because you know of a guy called Hawkeye and you want to see him. So it's a bit weird when you come to see Hawkeye and in the entire first episode of about 50 minutes, the man is in it for about 10 minutes. Okay, all the Avengers have powers, but him and Natasha, Black Widow, they don't have powers. Now we've gotten a Black Widow movie where we track her background, how she was raised, how she was trained, how she's able to do the things she's able to do. But we don't know anything about Hawkeye. All we know is that he can shoot arrow. So how did he become that good? How did he learn? Where did he, get his abilities from? How did he become a member of SHIELD? Questions that need to be answered about Hawkeye. In the series, in the Hawkeye series, the series tracks the lives of 3 different women, their background, their history. It doesn't touch on Hawkeye, and the series is titled Hawkeye. So, for the entire series, you are waiting that they will tell you something about Hawkeye. Eventually, you get to episode 3, and Hawkeye fires an arrow. Isn't that what Hawkeye is supposed to be doing? So if I pardon me, it's blowing me away. So imagine my shock when, okay, all right, there's also this new hero I've never seen. Okay, well, I didn't know the person was a hero. All I know is that the person was not white, the person was female, and the person was kicking the living daylights out of Hawkeye's life. Okay, that's not the end of it. The person is also an amputee. Okay, it's strange how, I don't understand. She is young. She doesn't have the experience that he has. She is deaf. She is female. She's half his weight. And she's an amputee. Good Lord, that's 5 counts. And she's kicking the daylights out of Hawkeye's life. Okay, I was confused. So I went up and looked up the character. And I realized, okay, the character is actually a character from the comics. Fair enough. It's actually a kind of superhero. Fair enough. But you want to make it so bad, you decided to remove one of her legs just to make it look worse for the gentleman. So I started wondering, sorry, am I here to watch Hawkeye or the disintegration of Hawkeye? And then finally, we bring Kingpin from Marvel's Daredevil. We bring Kingpin into the series. This is lovely. Kingpin is exciting to see him. The guy that beats the living daylights out of what's his name? Out of Daredevil. And I mean, the man is strong, impervious to pain. And a small girl. She destroys Kingpin in less than 2 minutes. And finally, you put a bullet in Kingpin's face. The Kingpin that we have been following for the past, let's say, 6-7 years. Something is wrong with Disney. Something is wrong. I understand the idea that they want to disintegrate the white male. I understand that. But I don't give a but about that. I don't give anything. I don't care. I have been watching these movies for a few years. I've been reading these comics since I was a child. That's what I came to see. If I want to watch African heroes, I will watch a movie about African heroes. Okay, and that monstrosity they called Black Panther, well, that's not how heroes in Africa are. So that's just your own idea of what you think it should be. So that said, I didn't warn you that I was going to spoil the series. Well, I wanted to spoil the series. Not that I mean, I found it very difficult to watch. It was just like, okay, I started watching it, let me finish it. Um, Hawkeye, the serious guy, decided to wear a costume. In fact, yeah. Let me even destroy it finally. So this girl had a mom. Her mom is dating a guy. There is no justification for her suspecting the guy. None. She starts following him, starts tracking him. All right. So she follows him to this what's it called? Auction. So she follows him to this auction, and then some robbers, some guys come in and they are robbing. For no just cause, she decides to wear Ronin's uniform and attack them. This girl, listen, let me explain something. I studied martial arts for almost 20 years. I'm a black belter. I don't go around looking for somebody strong. If anything, as a martial artist, the point is to avoid trouble unless you have absolutely no choice. So, the idea that you're an accomplished martial artist and you see trouble and you go running into the trouble, that doesn't make any sense at all. So, for this little girl who is barely high as my shoulder to attack a group of about 6 or 7 men, each one of them bigger than she is, and she's wiping the floor with them, doesn't make sense, doesn't add up. All right. Now, Hawkeye, who has abandoned the Ronin uniform and persona for, well, perhaps maybe about 5 years by now, maybe less, okay? And he sees the uniform being worn by somebody else while he is trying to spend time with his own family. What's the justification for him to leave his family to go chasing after the uniform when nobody can link the uniform to him? So this is the stupidity of the series called Hawkeye, and that is why it flopped. That is why the viewership was more than 1 million less than the viewership of all the other Disney Plus Marvel series. And as far as I'm concerned, all of them were actually quite poor. All of them had potential. WandaVision, I didn't like anything about it. Okay, what's his name? What's his name? Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier was just an absolute disaster. Well, it was a mess. You had a lot of potential. In fact, it would have been the best. Loki, I don't know what nonsense they just wanted to make Loki look like an idiot, and they did. So I haven't liked any of them, and I think this is one of the reasons this is one of the things that typify, that express, that show how far Hollywood has fallen. It's being spearheaded, of course, by Disney. I'll go into more detail about some of those ideas later on, some of those concepts. But the key here, the point here is that if you want to watch it, by all means, watch it. But be careful about being indoctrinated. Okay, I'm not just going to the market to buy a product because the product is there. I'm going to buy a product that will be useful for me. So if I'm going to watch a series, if I want to watch something that is interesting, I will watch something that is interesting and that can be productive for me. But if it is not going to be that, then I don't have to put my money into it. Well, I'm going to stop there. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment, whatever. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful day.